Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shay, your local numerologist. Make sure you like, subscribe, share. Make sure you leave your comments make sure you leave your experiences in the comments below. And as always, happiness is always the goal. So let's go ahead and get into this, guys. We are into our generation twos. Generation two in the year 7. Let's get to it, okay? So, generation twos are empaths, right? So, whenever two can be a very Two can be a very sensitive number, and not sensitive like emotional, but more sensitive as in you feel, you have extra senses that other people don't see. So, with that being said, in the year 7, we are all kind of like deep diving into ourselves, who we are, who we need to be, right? Identifying those things in us that we like or we don't like, or, we want to tweak just a little bit. And for you guys, honestly, it is empathy, right? You guys are going to find that. You lack empathy in certain places, and that empathy that you lack is probably going to be for yourself. And then you're going to find that you over empathize to the point of sympathy, right? So, sympathy is kind of like this energy of pitying people or feeling sorry for them, whereas empathy is understanding how someone else feels or feeling how someone else feels, right? Anytime that you are an empath, you have to secure yourself. You have to make sure that you have up the necessary walls, that um, you have to stay spiritually protected, right? I don't know what you guys do for spiritual protection, but you do have to handle that. You do have to do it. Like me, I have runes on my windows. I have Himalayan salt rock at my doorways, around my bed for when I sleep at night. And I do clear the energy. I have a couple altars, one for my ancestors, one for the Orisha, because they are who I celebrate mostly. So you guys have to make sure that you put those layers of protection in your home, especially with being so sensitive. Because here's the thing with being an empath, right? It opens up this door to like vulnerability. And being vulnerable means that people can see you, right? People that aren't here. So when you're talking about ghosts or entities or whatever the case may be, and they see that you're sensitive and you can feel them, especially if you choose to ignore this gift, they're gonna come at you. They're gonna follow you home. They're gonna be all up in your business and making your life a living hell, and you don't want that. And that's not even dealing with the humans on this earth that are going to take advantage of you being vulnerable and of your love and all of that. And so a lot of times it does go hand in hand. So make sure you guys are protecting yourself. What I do to protect myself may not necessarily work for you. We are all different people. We have all different experiences. We have different ancestors, right? Like the whatever group or denomination, whatever kind of like whatever you celebrate, start there. Start with start with your ancestral roots. Start there, because that's what you'll be strongest in, right? So if your family has taught you your whole life to protect yourself with the cross and holy water, then and that's what you feel confident in, well, that's what the hell you need to do. Like, not even trying to be funny. Please protect yourself, guys. You guys are gonna find out that life gets a lot better when you kind of get control over those emotions and those vulnerabilities. And don't take control as literal. You can't control your emotions. That's not, no, no. You can't. You can evaluate them and come to an understanding so that they don't pop up on you like that. But you really can't control your emotions. But when I say control them, that's what I mean. Get an understanding of why you feel that way. So that way you can kind of like remove triggers or identify triggers and heal them, things like that. So let's see what we got going on for generation 2 in the year 7. All right, so I do get that you guys are going to be dealing with a lot of changes. All right, so 9 came out first. So these are definitely endings, but with the flowers here, these are happy endings, right? So you guys are ending some kind of storm that you've been having. This has been a long, like this has been going on for a while. All right, so let me just get you all the messages that I have right here. You see this Queen of Swords? The Queen of Swords does not play, right? The Queen of Swords is an energy that just like she'll cut people off. She will remove certain situations, anything that doesn't make her happy. She's gonna get rid of it, right? Whereas the King of Wands is an energy that goes forth and does whatever they need to do to achieve what they need. All right, hopefully that is a little better. So, in order to achieve this certain type of happiness, right, you guys have to be willing to say what you need to say, do what you need to do. It's time to cut people off. It's time to cut people out. I've been getting that a lot, and I feel like it's like when you are looking at this kind of reevaluation of life, you do have to look at where you've been and how that's been working out for you. How have people been treating you? Is it okay? Is it something that you want to continue to deal with? Looking at this 6, this storm right here, it looks like people have been kind of brewing storms up in your life for a good period of time now. And Spirit wants this to end and for you to find the love within yourself. Don't doubt yourself, right? Sorry, guys. That is my bad. Don't doubt yourself, right? You deserve good things and you deserve happiness, but it's something that if you don't put yourself first, no one else is. And that's something that we forget, I think, as humans, because we have a lot of people, especially if you're an empath, you'll have a lot of people in your life trying to manipulate you or use you or whatever the case may be. And when people do that, they have this idea like, oh, you're going to pay your bills and you're just not going to pay my bills. That's so selfish of you. Like, yeah, sometimes you got to be selfish. What I look like paying your bills and my lights are getting cut off. It doesn't make sense. So you guys don't need to put yourself in a position where you're going to be hurt or injured trying to help someone else. And it's not like they're not gonna be okay with that. They're just not. Look at this, another 9. Okay, so here we have the 10 of Cups here at the bottom. We have the 18 here, and then we have the dog here, which represents loyalty, right? So you guys have been kind of loyal to a fault. I honestly feel like you guys have been loyal because you feel like eventually this is gonna come around and turn around for you, but it is not, right? This is, you can't manipulate karma through love, if that makes sense. Because that's what this card is giving me. Like, you have been loyal because you want to reap the benefits of having good karma. And at the same time, kind of like not have to go through this confrontational period of things, but you will have to confront people. You will have to cut people off. You will have to be unapologetically you, redefine, reevaluate your loyalties, where they stand, where they lie, and really figure out what is making you happy. It takes a while to truly realize that you're not happy, right? That like you kind of have this happiness is fleeting type of thing. You know, when you get new shoes, they might impress you for maybe when you first look at them, maybe the first time you wear them, but eventually you're going to be unimpressed, right? So you don't want to depend on little events in life or physical things in life, property and people to make you happy. You kind of have to figure out what that happiness is for you and just you, right? So that way, when you figure out what happiness is to you, you can bring people and things into your life that promote, right? That cultivate that happiness. Like, seriously. So let's pick a, whoa, how many cards we got here? We got 3. Let's pull them. Fear, purpose, and judgment. So fear, I realize I am testing my resolve. Excuse me. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Purpose, I know what I am here to do. Judgment, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges, right? Remember I talked about having empathy for yourself in the beginning of this reading, and I really feel like that's where the judgment card comes from. I think that you guys have a fear of, you know, your purpose. Sometimes having a purpose and I mean we all have a purpose, but sometimes having this energy of really not knowing not knowing which way to go, kind of like not having a support system, not having an actual guide, I guess, can be difficult. So it's kind of like when you think about politics or religion, right? We are all raised a certain way, whether you are raised religious or not, whatever that is that you were raised knowing about God and creation and all of that, that's embedded in you. Same with politics. If you had a really political family, the things that they believed and all of that, it's embedded in you, right? So when you grow up and you reevaluate things and you're like, well, I don't really, like, that's not vibing with me, like how they thought and how they think, and then you split off from that and separate from that because that's what this year is about. It's gonna be difficult. You may have some pushback, right? You may find it a little bit off-putting. You may lose some support, but it is necessary, right? Fear. I realize I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. And this is, don't forget about love, right? It's the most important thing on the planet. It's the most important feeling on the planet. And it's something that you are kind of identified by, okay? By love, right? Because you're a generation 2. So reevaluate how you love, because there is going to be a lot of changes that take place over this next year, and it's gonna require you to be paying attention, right? Because you need to be making a list and checking off names, right? You guys need to do a serious evaluation with what you want in life, what your purpose is, and who and what are either kind of promoting that or kind of, taking you away from that. So I'm going to get you a final message for 2027, 2023, not 2027. Final message for 2023. Final message for 2023. Got generation numbers. Whoa. take these, take these. Okay. So Spirit definitely wants hope to be provided to you. So we have Authority, King of Swords. We have Celebration, Four of Wands. And then we have the Star. Okay, so King of Swords and Authority, right? When I think of the King of Swords, okay, so the King of Swords is defined as a teacher. In this card, it says authority. But something that you should take it as is that you are the authority over your own life. You speak life into you, you speak love into you, right? And then I get this energy of cutting out the fear because we have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords. And both of these, these cards together represent a divorced couple, right? And then right in the middle, we have fear and we have happiness, we have ending, right? So what I'm getting is that there is some relationship that is absolutely ending, that you already feel it and you already feel a little fear about it. But Spirit is telling you that it's absolutely going to bring you some kind of happiness, right? Which is why we have celebration coming up next. So we have Four of Wands, celebration, King of Wands, the number 6 here, which represents family. And then we have like this cloudy little storm, right? So clouds can represent clarity a lot of time. Dark clouds kind of represent a lack of clarity. Okay, and with the thunder, the lightning, that represents arguments or fights or whatever. And then we have another tree here, which definitely gives the vibe of more family, right? Setting down roots, which 6 represents a lot of times. And so you guys may get into some kind of battle, I guess, some kind of fight with your family. Purpose, I know what I am here to do. You are here to celebrate, okay? And it may be a situation, because I'm feeling a few things where you won't be able to take your family with you because of how they act or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, if you go out with somebody, right, and y'all at the restaurant and they being totally disrespectful to the server, and then they don't want to leave a tip, I mean, I'm gonna say you should never ever go out with them ever again. Why? Because you're co-signing their bullshit, because you're attaching your karma to theirs. So for you to be like, oh, well, I'll just apologize to the server and I'll give them a bigger tip on my end, is not helpful. It's not. I mean, I'm sure that the server will appreciate that money, but as somebody who was a server, if the bill is split, I expect 2 tips, not no joint tip, 2 tips on top of, I don't want to be disrespected at all. Okay, I don't want to be talked too crazy at all, and it's no amount of money that's gonna make up for that, and that's just as simple as that. So when you go out with somebody who is intentionally doing dirty things, or you're trying to bring them with you, it's gonna be hard for you to move up in the world with all that baggage, right? It's giving Solange cranes in the sky. It's giving cranes in the sky. All right. So anyway, you will be successful, but you have to drop the dead weight. And there's like I tell y'all all the time, easier said than done, right? But this is what you need to do this year. You have to get rid of dead weight, the people who don't support you, the things in your life or attitudes in your life that are dragging you down, holding you back. You have to get rid of them. Then we have the star here. We have judgment. I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. We have this dog represent loyalty. We have 18 coming to the number 9. And then we have the 10 of cups. 10 of cups is emotional fulfillment, right? 10 of cups is emotional fulfillment, right? Whereas the number 9 is kind of like this accumulation of energy, usually resulting in an ending. But let me just say, when 9 pops up, like in your numerology chart, so if you're like a life path 9, or you're like an attitude, like talent number 9, it really represents being a humanitarian, loving everybody, right? Which is something that as a generation 2, you guys also represent, right? So you guys have been using your passion and your compassion to have loyalty to people who don't deserve it. And then the outcome that you expect from that is emotional fulfillment. However, if you pouring out, you clearly ain't being filled up. You know what I'm saying? So the judgment is telling you not to be so hard on yourself. Stop judging yourself. Understand that if you don't require people to fill up your cup as you fill up theirs, they're not going to do it, right? And if you've been going on and on with someone or somebody or something, I don't care if it's a job, and they're steady taking, and they're not giving you enough back, at the end of the day, you're going to be drained, right? You're not going to have enough hope, health, and renewal to move on to the next cycle, to the next period. So I want you guys to spend this next year focusing on you. What makes you happy? What makes you satisfied, right? Focus on filling up your own cup so you know what it looks like and you can require it of those around you. All right, so that is all I have for my Generation 2s, guys. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, share. Happiness is always the goal. And I will see you guys next time.